even like a couple of months, because like it was typical for where they would be like feverishly writing, and then a couple months later I'd get to record the next bit. And also because so many things can happen at any time, but then there's also a rough sort of map of the golden path and where you go. Like every time I got the script like a week in advance,
That's great.
which was insane. And second of all, they'd give me a meeting with the writers if I wanted it
amazing.
and they'd be like, okay, this is it so far, and these are things we've tweaked. And like when I first signed on to the project, or you know, when I first was cast, they gave me a whole sort of at least overarching summary of what it was going to be, and so that I could start in on it, like having an idea of where we needed to get to and where it started from. And
because you're often recording out of order and shit too.
Yeah.
Did you front load your works firstly with all of the PCAP mocap and then spend the rest of the project in the booth?
A lot of back and forth, because there's also, I think they've talked about, there's like A class, B class, C class scenes. So like A class are like full PCAP, you know, on the stage, where there were sometimes, I think for one of the biggest scenes that we shot was like 8 people or something, which is very unusual for sound for PCAP. And then B class are, you know, they do facial capture, and you know there were like 2 or sometimes 3 of us in the booth just like reading, or like it would be memorized, but you know, doing short scenes where they're getting the facial capture.
Are you doing that with other people?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then even C class are the ones where it's sort of like the ride and talks, or the, you know, the ones where they don't do facial capture, but we'd even get to work with multiple people in the room for those sometimes,
awesome.
which is, that's so unheard of for video game voiceover. So it was just, it added so much. And that was the reason why so many of us are